What is up, everyone? Socrates 101 here, and today we are going to be doing a team building video. Reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to build my channel around this. Obviously, it's not really going that way. So that's pretty unfortunate. But I do decide to change that because now ULT is over, and I kind of want to go back to the roots of my channel, which is still in its infancy, hopefully. And so we're gonna do this, and I tried to play OU because the suspect test is over, all that crap is over, and we can finally start laddering again. We can start laddering again properly. I honestly hope that we can do it consistently. Right now, we can just we can keep the tier for a very long time, and I actually can get a bit better in the OU metagame. I do feel like I'm alright in the OU metagame, and maybe I will soon make a transition to the lower tiers. But for now, I really want to play some OU. And I used some old teams. I'm not really comfortable with them. Currently, my ranking is 11-1, but I played some guys who tried to leech seed something that was behind a substitute already, stuff like that. So playing people without brains. So I'm not, and I wasn't winning them convincingly. I wasn't winning them greatly. So I figured, you know what? Let's actually build a team that fits this metagame. I haven't played OU in 2 months, and the old teams aren't really working that well. So I decided to build something new. The thing is, I really wanted to use Raikou because Raikou went up, and Raikou was one of my favorite mons in UU. So I really wanted to use it in OU, and it actually has a very nice speed here to outspeed a lot of the 110s that are in the tier. Sorry for that. I really had to check whether my my recording was working. My mic sometimes has a tendency to drop out, and that's pretty annoying. But it is what it is, I guess. We have to roll with it. You have to work with the things we have. Let's go. So I wanted to use Raikou. Raikou's a nice pivot. Obviously, this is a proper assault vest set. Shadow Ball is a nice leeway, and it also hits the Gallade twins for super effective damage. That's gonna do a lot of damage to them. Next off, I want to use Bisharp. I wanted to build a very offensive team, and I've heard that Bisharp and Mega Gallade work well together. They like everything in a tier, and I really wanted a nice pivot. I really wanted to build something hyper offensive. So this is what we're building around. Maybe we can change some things. As you can see, I do have the Bishop set almost done. I haven't figured whether this is going to be Search Stance or Pursuit. Looking at it depends on the rest of the team, obviously, what I'm going to struggle with, on etc. etc. The Gallade set is pretty much done. It's actually completely done. It's a standard Search Stance set with close combat. Zen Headbutt. I use Zen Headbutt because I really despise Mega Venusaur. So that's why I'm using that. There's basically no other reason. Knockoff, because knockoff, you know. Next up, I kind of want to use Calio because I don't have anything that checks the Bisharp. Gallade is not appreciative of a Sucker Punch. Raikou doesn't really take Sucker Punches that well after Stealth Rocks. So I kind of want something that deals with the Bisharp, and also does a lot of damage to everything really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a Choice Specs on the Calio, and then I'm just gonna go with the Scald. This is a pretty standard set. Scald, Hydro Pump, because sometimes you want that extra damage, and Icy Wind actually, because this is a hyper offensive team. Sometimes you cannot Oko something and you know it, and it doesn't really matter. So, and it might be faster than Mega Gallade, or it might speed type with Mega Gallade, whatever, and then you can just go for an Icy Wind. Then Mega Gallade can come in, or a Bisharp can come in. And actually, a Bisharp the majority of the time, because Icy Wind is actually really good with Bisharp, because after the Icy Wind you can speed a lot of things that you couldn't before the Icy Wind, because Icy Wind is obviously going to drop the opponent's speed by 1. So the EV spread is pretty standard. I do think the Icy Wind with the Bisharp can work very well. So that's why we're running that over a Hidden Power. Mostly it's Hidden Power Flying, but I prefer the Icy Wind on this particular set. Next up, we want something that can actually set up the Stealth Rocks. So that's a pretty important thing for the OU metagame, for a hyper offensive team. That's what I'm trying to say. But we want the Stealth Rocker. So we're gonna do that. And after the Stealth Rocks, we're gonna go with Iron Head. This was a toss-up for me. I kind of wanted to use Fire Punch because Ferrothorns and stuff. But I also like to keep momentum, and so I decided to go with U-turn. I mean, I can deal with Ferrothorns pretty easily because I do have a Gallade, I do have a Kelio, so that's alright. The Gallade is probably my best bet to deal with the Ferrothorns and with the Chanseys and stuff. Well, Fire Puncher's not there for Chanseys, but whatever. The last move is actually going to be Healing Wish, because I could use Wish, but I do feel like Wish is going to slow my team down a lot more than this is going to be. The thing we want to do, though, with this Jirachi set, since we're using Healing Wish, but I really want to use a special defensive one, so we're going to go with max HP. But we want something that can outspeed Jolly Bisharps, and the Jolly Breloom's as well, really, because Breloom can Spore us, and then we kind of go for Healing Wish. Bisharp can actually knock us off, and probably straight up kill us. Which is definitely not something we want to happen. So the thing we need is Jolly Bisharp, Jolly Breloom, base 70 Pokemon have a 162 base speed. So since we want to outspeed them, we need to run 263 speed. So the rest of it, it's 148, it's 108, and the rest of it is actually going to go into the Spidef, since we want Spidef, since this is also, we don't really have anything that's switching to Latias. Bishop can take a hit, then more than likely, it's really gonna be, it really should be pursued. I mean, I already have a setup mon, yeah, so I don't really think that Bishop needs any additional power, especially with the Adamant. So I went with Adamant because Sucker Punch does a lot of damage, like literally a lot. And when we're looking at his team, there's only one thing that Hyper Offense is weak to, and that is faster Pokemon. Since the majority of these Pokemon are very frail, they aren't great. On the defensive side, obviously. So what we want to do is actually just something that can deal with the X-Control, and I want something that's fast. I want something that's good. So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna use Choice Scarf, Landorus-T, which is one of the best pivots. One of the best scarfers, one of the best checks. You don't lose momentum. You don't lose anything using this Pokemon ever. It's one of the best mons in the tier, in my opinion. So the thing what we're going to do is we're going to use the not so common set. Well, Choice Scarf is pretty standard, and Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-turn is pretty standard. But the thing that's not so standard is Hidden Power Ice, because I don't want triple knockoff, because I don't think that's it's going to work out very well. I mean, we have knockoff on Bisharp, we have knockoff on the Gallade, so I don't feel like we need knockoff on the Landorus as well. What you want to do is actually change this up to this spreads, because after this you can speed +1 Zardex, the standard set, which doesn't run max speed. So then you can take hits a bit better. Maybe you can take +3, well, 3 Iron Heads from a -1 X Control. That might be a thing as well. I have no idea, but this is the standard set for Scarf Landorus-T. But we do run Hidden Power Ice because one of the checks to Landorus-T is Landorus-T. So if you can catch this on a switch and then outspeed it, it's a guarantee to a KO like every single time, because this thing also has a nice special attack with 105. That's pretty respectable. Even without the boost, even without any EVs, it almost reached 250 special attack, which isn't bad, and a quad super effective move is still gonna hurt a lot. So that's really good. This is almost the team. I kind of want to change some things around, to be honest. So we want Pursuit on the Bisharp because they're the Lottie twins, and we really just like to trap things. They're stuck in there, and they're like, oh my god, this Bisharp is guaranteed going to kill me, and then we're just Pursuit, bitch. That's really great. So the thing I'm looking at is that I'm pretty weak to stall. One of the ways I do think I can kind of counter that, not completely counter that, obviously, but is to actually change this Kelio set to a Subcom mindset. Because often those things like to toxic you, like to taunt you, whatever. Well, taunt wouldn't actually be great. But it's really great to switch up moves, and once your choice specs and you're locked into Skull or whatever, then Chansey can just come in and wall you for days. But if you can actually switch up your moves or go for substitute setup, that you can often buff the the Choice Scarf, as long as you don't let the opponent set up Stealth Rocks on your side of the field, then you're really good to go. So I do like this. I do like this idea of changing this. And the thing is with Raikou, in my opinion, it doesn't really need the Assault Vest because it's already pretty bulky, especially defensive side. And I prefer extra damage over being a bit more bulky. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give this Raikou Choice Bags, and this will actually help you whittle down teams a bit better. And yeah, well, obviously the Volt Switch is there for whittling things down, and Raikou, as I said before, has a nice speed here, so it does outspeed a lot of things, and then you could just easily switch into what's probably going to be your main winning condition is going to be Gallade. But every single one of these mons can potentially be a winning condition, so that is really something you can keep in mind, because if Bishop goes down early, then Jirachi is obviously going to be a nice winning condition against Latias, especially Latias. So, and as the rest of the mons don't really like taking those hits, Landorus cannot really hit it that hard because it only can do a U-turn, and it's 2 or 3 at KO depending on the spread. So that's also something that you should keep in the back of your mind. So other things that are pretty, I'm sorry, checking my recording again, or whether my microphone is working. But so this is basically, as you can see, we have some nice Volt training going on with the Raikou, which is very fast, with the Scarf Landers, with the Spadefrachi. This outspeeds every single Magneton set as well, because I've used this team a couple times already. Magneton tried to trap me, but as soon as it's faster, it's Choice Scarf. So then you can switch into Keldeo if it was an HP fire. If it's not, it's you can easily. It's probably going to be Choice Specs, since the majority of these Magnetons nowadays are either Specs or Scarf. So that's going to work out really well. And from a Scarf Magneton, Jirachi only takes about 30% with this spread. So it's pretty pathetic damage if you ask me, and this is going to work out really great. So Rachi is pretty bulky. I mean, 100 base HP and 100 base defenses on both ends. It's going to help you out a lot, and it once more it gives you momentum. Rachi often baits in a lot of things that Gallade can do a lot of work to, or that Kelly can do a lot of work to. Examples of these are obviously the Ferrothorn and Skarmory, or Raikou can obviously deal with the Raikou a bit better than Keldeo, and you can actually keep momentum going for a Volt Switch, which is key. You really have to use this team the way that you can keep momentum 90% of the match. If you lose momentum, then you can fix that by sacking something that's going to be pretty irrelevant, that's not going to be working out great, or by making very aggressive plays or making over predictions. That's how you regain your momentum. So these hyper offensive teams are not the greatest things in the world to keep your momentum. I mean to use when you're just starting. But they're actually pretty damn effective in the right hands. So going over them one more time, we actually changed this Assault Vest Raikou to Choice Specs with the T-Bolt, the Volt Switch, the Shadow Ball for nice neutral damage, and Hit Power Ice, because this tier has a lot of things that are quite weak to Ice, and we really like that. We're going to abuse that fact. It has a nice speed here, it keeps momentum. Raikou, all in all, a very good Pokemon, which I really wanted to use in the current OU metagame. Next up, Bishop. Since we have Stealth Rocker on our team, and since this is hyper offense, we really want to just punish those defoggers by switching in Bishop, getting the +2, and then there's nothing, like almost literally nothing in this tier that switches in on a +2 Bishop. If you name something, well, Conkeldurr is not going to be appreciative of a +2 Iron Head. Obviously, when it comes in, get the fuck out, because Mod Punch will OHKO you. But it's not going to switch in on a +2 Iron Head. It's not. So you can really punish those defoggers. And this tier only has two two spinners right now, which is Starmie and Extra Drill. Both of which you don't want to switch in on. We don't have a spin blocker, but we do have checks for that. Starmie's usually a bulky set, so it cannot really touch Raikou. And the Extra Drill, which I just mentioned, gets checked by Landorus-T. So then you can just come down, go for U-turn, go for Earthquake, depending on the scenario in the game. Early on in the game, you don't really want to over predict. You can use it as a late game sweeper. So that's the thing. To pair up Bisharp, as I've said, I've heard that this is a great combination of two physical heavy hitters. So we went with the Sword Stance Gallade, which just hits like a truck. I mean, I really wanted to use this Pokemon. I haven't. It's just basically a better version of Mega Jam. It hits not as hard, but it's a lot faster, and you really need that bit of extra speed. The 110 speed tier thingy is going to work out really in your favor, if you ask me. So that is a thing that you have to keep in mind. Next up is Keldeo. Keldeo, we changed it to from a Trace Spec set, we went to a Sub-Combine set because we were fairly weak to Stall. And this is a kind of answer to it. If you face full on Stall, I'm gonna have a hard time. Unless I set it with Gallade. Maybe if you really encounter a lot of Stall teams, which always contain Quagsires, you could put either Skill Swap on it, because you will give the burn to the Sableye. You can set up while you're burning and then give the burn to the Sableye. Another thing you can do if you feel like you're struggling with the Quagsires, but I do think that Keldeo should kind of check that since we changed its set. You could run Leaf Blade over Knockoff, but I do think that's going to hurt you more than it's going to benefit you. But if you really encounter a lot of these things and you really want to catch them by surprise, you can actually put Leaf Blade on the Knockoff slot. Next up, Keldeo. Well, obviously Keldeo is our tech to the Stall thingies. As I said before, I did already go over this. Keldeo is just such a nice Pokemon. It really is the Pokemon that deserves to be S-Class in this tier. It's really good. It's phenomenal. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the S-Class, you should definitely go out and go on the Smogon forums and check out the viability threat, because it shows you the best Pokemon in the current metagame. They get updated every now and then, and it really helps you to look at Pokemon which are very viable in the current metagame. Next up, Jirachi. We needed a Stealth Rocker. We needed something with that could revive Pokemon, or that could heal them if Gallade gets burned. Well, then we do always have the Healing Wish. As I said, the 108 speed allows you to outspeed base 70 Jolly ones, so that's gonna help out a lot of the time, in my opinion. It hasn't helped me out yet. I've only played a couple of games with this team, so we're gonna see that in the live session, whether this spread is actually the best set for it. I haven't encountered a lot of Bisharps. I've played 12 games in OU right now, and I've seen it like twice. Well, 1 out of 6. It's not bad. Last one, we need something that could switch on our physical hits and make sure that we don't straight up lose to Extra Drill in the sand. So we have Landorus-T there as a check. It's a nice pivot. It's probably the best pivot in the game, and we run Hidden Power Ice because we want to catch those Landorus-T on the switch in. So I'm going to use this team in the live session after this, and then I'm going to do some post-narrated battles with it as well. I really hope I will leave this entire team in a paste bin below. If you have any suggestions how I can make this team better, or if you have any questions about me helping you out with a team, or a core that you want me to build a team around, leave it all in the comment section. I will try to build a team. I will try to help you out. I will do my bloody best to make all of your requests a reality. Hopefully I can do that. Hopefully time will allow me to do all those things. Uni will allow me to do all those things. I do think I'm actually going to be doing some more vlogs, because vlogs actually get the most feedback out of all my videos. I do think I'm actually going to cut the hour video thingies in a couple sections. In a couple videos, I'm going to spread them out over a couple of videos, because I figured out that I get the least amount of views and replies on videos that take like an hour or take about 40 minutes and up. because people do not want to watch me for that long consecutively. So maybe if my audience grows and I can do that again. But for now, I'm really going to just cut those things in 1 or 2 episodes, and then we'll see how that goes. So that's actually a very, very small channel update right there. Once more, this team will be in the description. Requests, please give me all your requests, give me your suggestions, give me your answers to my questions. I'm very certain I'll ask a couple. Just leave everything in the comment section that you want to leave there, and except for dick pics. Just throwing it out there. The thing is, I'm just gonna use this team in the live session, and I will see you guys later. Peace.